Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1994 Opel Calibra Super Touring Car. This is a bit of a Gran Turismo icon, first introduced in GT2 and was in, I think, every single game up until GT Sport, so hopefully they'll add it to GT7. I mean, it doesn't bother me because I don't play that game, but, you know, for consistency's sake, it would be nice. Speaking of nice, statistically, this should be pretty good. Four-wheel drive, 563 horsepower, 1,060 kilos. But there's a fly in the ointment. Look at that torque rating. This makes no torque, so yeah, my optimism with this slowly goes. I do remember this thing being quite crazy. It revs to about 15,000 RPM or something ridiculous. I'm hoping it does really well, because I like the Calibra a lot. Probably one of my more favoured of the Opel Vauxhalls. Admittedly, they weren't very good to drive. And also slightly failed in their purpose of being aerodynamic, because unless you got the base model, it had the same drag coefficient as a Cavalier. But we'll see. This should be fun, and I like the livery, and I like the car, so I hope it does well. I like these DTM things. Unfortunately, the track doesn't, as we'll get into in a second. Anyways, this car is going to have to probably use first gear. How long does that go to? 92 kilometers an hour. Oh boy, this is going to be a tricky one to drive. Anyways, this car is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to serve the best time it possibly can. God, the gears take forever to shift. Our current leader is the Toyota Celica Rally Car, setting time of 27.552. Having seen how dodgy this is probably going to be to drive, that might be safe. In terms of what you should be comparing this to, well, we have had the fabled CLK race car, the one that was, ooh, God, going to the moon there. That can be the fun there. Actually, no, it won't save up to that point. Damn, that's a shame. Anyways, yeah, we've had the CLK race car go around, the one that was deleted from GT2 before its release. That car actually shares its statistics from the C-Class DTM car that was also supposed to be in the game and was dropped. So that was sort of very similar, four-wheel drive, 500 odd horsepower, no turbocharger, so it didn't make any torque, and that currently sits at a 28.6, so I don't remember that being as dodgy to drive as this is, though. I really don't like driving this. I will be honest. It does feel a little bit... I wish first gear was longer. I wish it didn't rev as high, because I'm also having to look for when to change gears. This is not ideal. I don't know whether to put a conservative lap in with this, just so there's something on the board, because I think if I did it all in second gear, I'd probably get around a lot of the dodginess with driving this, but also it would be slower than if I can just pull a lap out with it. That was complete brain mush from me on that second sector. Around a track, like a proper track, not this silly thing, this is actually a really good car. Around here, it's not. It's terrible. Oh, hold on. We might have something here. Houston, we have a potential lap on our hands in the ungodly driving... I was going to call it a Cavalier, it's a Calibra. I wish it was a Cavalier. I'd probably drive better. That's terrible. I hated that. I hated every second of that, if I am being honest. The worst bit is I've got to drive this twice, because I've got to drive the Vauxhall version as well, which was also a bit of a Gran Turismo icon, just unintentionally, because, you know. Yeah. I like this car a lot, but that is awful to drive. That is atrocious, if I'm being honest. Lap times are all over the place. Could it go quicker? Not a shadow of a doubt. Can I get it quicker? No. Okay, so maybe I could get a 28.3 if I just kept practicing and got used to actually driving it, but it's not good. It really is not good. That's, yeah, terrible. I hate it. 28.780 places it into 18th place, goes in between the CRX Del Sol LM edition and the GT1 race car, so that's actually not too bad. It is, again, down slightly on the CLK race car. I think on a track this would probably have the advantage because this makes more power, but in terms of actual controllability, the CLK was much better. It's quicker than all the GT500 cars we've had, quicker than a Chaser LM edition. So, again, like, in the grand scheme of things, it's not bad. That's certainly quite a good spot on our leaderboard, but it's terrible to drive. It really is awful. Not fun. With tuning, I'm sure that's good. But as it is now, no. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something that hopefully doesn't drive as bad as this. Until then, farewell.